I don't give a shit about money anymore. I don't need any more money.
How is a 62 square mile facility that employs almost nobody and is going to use more electricity than the entire state of Utah, how is that good for us? Watch their response.
False. All of this is false. Then why won't they let people talk? Why won't they let us ask questions? It's false. This is not real information. And we sit here like it's okay. It's a charade. It's a charade. It's false.
Those people are upset, really upset. And you can imagine that they're upset because they're worried about what this data center is going to do to their lives.
This is beyond a joke. Be quiet, let Can you be quiet and let our citizens hear what needs to be said, please?
We think over 90% of the protesters are actually not people that live in Utah or Box Elder County. They're being bussed in.
Thank you.
Why am I letting people who don't even live in my state make decisions for me?
And we are being lied to again by our leaders about the phony national imperative of allowing Shark Tank's Mr. Wonderful to come lay waste to Utah.
The amount of hype and hysteria and over all of this stuff, well, I've already pointed out, I think it's being generated by our adversaries.
There are professional protesters that are paid by somebody, I don't know who.
It's also misinformation. Everything that's been said about that site is false. Even the people in Box Elder, the majority of them want me to hold my shovel and start digging.
How do you know that the majority
because
of
they voted for it unanimously before the Chinese guys.
There was a referendum among citizens, or did some county board vote?
3-0. The commissioners of the county said, we want to be
three people voted. The people of the county.
They're elected officials. They asked us to come. They asked us to bring $15 billion. They asked and they voted, and it was a 3-0 vote. That's how it got done. There's no other way to do it.
Google and Kevin O'Leary got 3 county commissioners in rural Utah on their side. Good work.
If you want to block the water permit or whatever, go ahead. I mean, if you think that's a good idea, I'm a football player on the field of capitalism. I have to play by the rules.
I get it. No, I get it. Richest people in our society would be taking money from people much poorer than them. That seems very unfair.
You know, Tucker, I have to go raise $15 billion.
Well, why should taxpayers have to pony up for that?
They don't. But
of course they do. If you're getting a tax break and they're not, they're making up the difference. There's a state budget.
That's no problem. That's no problem. I can build it in Texas. I can build it in Jacksonville, Mississippi.
But why, if it's such a good business, would you be asking taxpayers to help pay for it without giving them equity in the company? Are you giving taxpayers shares?
No, the investors get the shares. Everybody's hysteria about losing jobs, making hamburgers or flipping them, being replaced by a robot. That's probably true. It'll be replaced by new science opportunities, new exploration into space, new manufacturing for robotics, for defense as well. Wars in the future probably aren't going to be fought with people getting shot in the flesh. It'll be one set of robots against another. The drone technology will advance, the manufacturing of surveillance, all that stuff.
It seems like AI will make it possible to know what every American is doing at all times.
I would say that's not AI that's going to do that. I would say now, with the amount of high-resolution video and surveillance that is built into every street corner.
So it's anytime you're in public, your face is being surveilled by the U.S. government.
It is, but I'm not doing nefarious things. I'm not a criminal, and I'm not stealing any money from anybody.
The president led the charge to change the law and allow warrantless spying on Americans.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wait a second.
In direct violation of the U.S. Constitution. So obviously the Constitution doesn't matter to the people in charge.
No, it does. Every administration is kept in check by the Supreme Court, including this one. My only concern is China. Would you prefer in the next 5 years that China have more compute power than we do?
Reducing this question to a competition between the United States and China is a very quick way to derail people from the core questions, whether or not it's a good idea.
I don't like the Chinese government, in case anybody has noticed that over the last 5 years. I don't like how they treat their people. I don't like how they treat me in business. I don't want my kids in 20 years who live in New York being told what to eat for breakfast by the Chinese. I simply don't like them. I want to beat them. I'm very motivated to win. If people want to compete with me, I want that. If they don't think my motivation is to beat the Chinese, they're wrong. I am going to beat them. What you should do is say, I want Kevin O'Leary to succeed. I want him to beat the Chinese. I want to beat them.
Do I want to become like China in order that we can, quote, beat China? Not at all. It surveils its citizens and it limits their ability to say what they think and to oppose existing power. You're making it possible for our government to have the same approach, and our government already does. They're surveilling us at all times. Most Americans don't even know they're being watched. There are license plate readers, there are facial recognition cameras everywhere. And the question is, why?
All the things that this can do, including the arts and in music and film and everything, I view it, and maybe you don't agree, as simply a tool.
I'm just very concerned about replacing people, their purpose for living, which is to create, with machines. That seems like hell to me, literally hell. So I think it's fair to ask, like, how is this not hell?
And let's face it, change can be daunting. The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution. Oh, what happened? Okay, I struck a chord. May I finish? Only a few years ago, AI was not a factor in our lives.
That's just an amazing clip. You just got to hope that AI will allow us to save that clip for future generations to see. Of course, it'll be one of the first things AI erases when it takes charge.